Hello everyone, welcome back. Here is last week's painting. I left it off. I painted this from random marks and made it into a cohesive painting. And I did not finish this because I wanted to make this video. So I want to walk you through how I decide when a painting is done. So we started with how to start a painting. We did how to create a cohesive painting from random marks, and now I want to show you how to end a painting or how to stop. How do you know when a painting is finished? Now that is something most people ask me, like, how do you know when to stop? Because sometimes you can just keep on going and overdo things. So I have like three things that I do when I want to make sure that my painting is done. So the first thing is contrast. So right now this piece is nice and soft. It has a little bit of contrast but not a whole lot. So for the contrast I usually use indigo. So I'm going to show you how I add contrast to this painting, and we'll go from there. So watch as I darken certain areas. And when I darken certain areas, the other colors will pop. Okay, so I'm going to do this not for the entire painting. I'll do this on certain areas. Okay, contrast is key in making elements stand out, and as you add contrast, just take pauses and kind of like assess if it feels balanced. So right now, like I said, it all feels soft, right? There's a contrast here a little bit and maybe a little bit of here. So let's see. So I actually don't want to use this brush. I want to use my round brush. So let's get that brush. I am going to use this Princeton Velvet Touch round 8 size 8 brush. So let's see. I don't want to make this into like my usual like florals, abstract florals with negative painting kind of painting. So I'm just going to add my indigo into like random spots. Okay, random spots. Let's just go. Let's just go with the flow. Let's just go with the flow. And I kind of I don't want to do it, and like I said, everywhere, just random areas, few areas, just enough contrast. And then so the second thing I do, so here's my contrast. I think I might have overdone it, but we'll see. So the second thing I look for is whether my eyes have a place to rest. So I want a focal point. I actually have a few focal points here, but one focal point is enough. You should have visual element. It shouldn't be all flat, right? All same color, all same value. So right now I have like this area where my eyes will go. I have a little bit of this area. So you should have a place for your eyes to rest. And your painting shouldn't be too busy or too flat. So I think right now it's nice. It's looking nice. So keep asking yourself, where do I want the viewer to look at first? Okay, when you see this painting, your eyes will immediately go to this area. After that, my last step. So first step is add contrast. Second step is find a focal point, right? And if it doesn't have it, just add it, and it usually comes through the contrast. And then the third part, or the third step, is I always use the camera. I look through the camera, my phone camera, or you can take a picture and see if your painting feels done, or does it look unfinished. If it looks unfinished, then you add few things to it. So every time I paint, I keep looking through my camera. All right, I'm going to dry this and then I will add some mark making, and you'll Okay, so now this is dry. I am going to add some gold because I like to add gold to my paintings. Now, looking through the camera is, I think, like my favorite step, because sometimes the camera sees things we don't. So I love doing that. Even when I do my lives on TikTok, that is what I do. I look through the camera and I tell people that that is what they should do. So here, adding that gold is just adding that enough like visual element to my paintings. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. I'm using a Kuretake paint, that mica gold. Hold on, let me show you. So this is what I am using. Gold mica, brilliant gold ink. And I absolutely love this ink. So here we go. I think my painting has enough of everything. Enough visual element, enough contrast. It does not have a whole lot of mark making, so we will do that. And I think after that my painting will be done. I am going to dry this, so wait for a second. Okay, so now I'm going to add just enough mark making. Again, don't overdo it. All right, so here we go. Wherever I have the highest contrast, that is where I'm going to add some white to bring that that light into my painting. Okay, so my marks are very simple. I like dots, so I add dots to my paintings. I already have my botanical element, which I love. I already have indigo and I already have gold. These are the elements I always have in my paintings. I think I like that. Again, every time I look through my camera, I'm looking through my phone camera to make sure that I am not overdoing things, right? Now, after I'm done with that, this is kind of like my final step, which I always do. So I am going to scribble some. I'm using gel stick, and this is by King Art Company, and that will finish my painting. So I like it. It's simple, it's quick, it's easy, and here are the 3 things that you should do when you don't know when to stop. So the first thing is contrast. I have enough contrast. This is where your eyes will rest. The third thing is, which is my favorite thing, is to look through the camera. Okay? If you can't look through the camera, take a picture and then look at the picture. It will tell you if you're overdoing it, or if your painting looks unfinished, or if it's absolutely done. So look through the camera. Easiest trick that you can use to make sure that your painting is done. That's it. So when you combine contrast, focal point, and a camera check, you can stop. All right. Now I want you to try it too, and let me know if these 3 steps helped you, stop and not overdo your painting. Tag me if you do. I am on Instagram and on TikTok, same username, Bindi Desai Art. And follow me if you are not already following me here on YouTube. All right, bye. See you next time.